video, I wanted to go over conductive gels. I'm going to tell you what needs to be in them and what needs not to be. Stay tuned. Hi y'all, Christine Byer, licensed Master Esthetician for 20 years. And if you're new here, welcome. I have been working on clients right here in my treatment room for a very long time, and my specialty is anti-aging. And conductive gel, what needs to be in it? It's like this big mystery. There are microcurrent machines and devices that come with their own, sometimes very overpriced conductive gels. And how are they different? What makes them special? I have a secret. Minerals. That's all that a conductive gel really needs to be conductive. Minerals. Minerals carry a current. A good mineral would be magnesium. There is liquid magnesium, powdered magnesium flakes. You can use sea salt. You could use Himalayan sea salt, the pink salt. It has a very high mineral profile. Celtic sea salt. Something with a lot of minerals in it. So you're just going to take the tiniest bit. There's also something called trace minerals that are ionic minerals, liquid minerals that you can put just a drop into whatever you're using as a conductive gel, and voila, you're conducting. A lot of brands will say, oh, you have to use this or you have to use that, but the truth is, as long as you have plenty of minerals and a high water content in your conductive gel, you are golden. You're good to go. Now, there's one thing that I would not recommend putting or having too much in your conductive gel, and that is oil. A lot of times I'll see some of these older microcurrent tutorials here on YouTube, and they're doing the wands over this really thick, gooey, creamy mask, and I'm like, that looks lovely, but I really doubt they're getting a ton of conduction here because there's just too much oil going on there. Fat and oil will occlude and dampen a current, and so that's why if you have a machine that you feel, I tend to work with machines that you don't feel, but if you have a machine that's kind of snappy, you'll probably feel it more through the forehead because we have less of a fat pad there to absorb the current. That's why you feel it more in certain areas, because there's more fat in certain areas on our faces. I did an experiment in a video. It's been, gosh, many houses ago, so it was probably 2012 or something. And I was talking about microcurrent and oil do not mix. And I have a microcurrent machine that makes a sound, and this is my professional unit, and it uses gym and sound frequencies. It's very woo-woo, but I love it. And so you turn it on, and I put water in one bowl and olive oil in the other, and I put the wands in the water, and it made the sound. Okay? It makes sound, so you can tell if the current is conducting, if you're lifting or not. So here we go. It's screaming at us. This is conducting. It's plain water. Of course it's going to. And then here we have, my husband's going to be upset that I'm wasting, well, it's all in the name of science, right? I'm using all our olive oil. Here we go. Will it make a sound? Not a peep. Microcurrent and oil, this is what it sounds like. It's screaming, it's conducting. Water. You can see the water, and then the oil. When I put the wands in the oil, it made no sound. There was no conductivity going on in the oil. And also, it was funny, I took a class years ago, and Jane Mann, the teacher, had come up with this concoction. It was a very natural conductive gel, or organic conductive gel, where we would do, she would do 1 part water, 1 part oil, and a pinch of sea salt. And the problem with that is that people were using too much oil, and I was telling people this formula, this recipe, and they're like, it doesn't work. It's not working. I can't tell if it's working. And I finally came to me that they were putting too much oil, or maybe some of the water had evaporated out, or I don't know what was happening. But finally I started saying, you know, what about 3 parts water, 1 part oil, and a pinch of sea salt, you know? And then finally I just said, look, I have a conductive gel that I now sell that I love, that is very hydrating. I'll just show you that. It's called the HydroLift. It doubles, it's a multitasking product. So you can use it as a hydrating gel mask, or you can use it as a conductive gel with your microcurrent, with your radio frequency, with whatever you need to use it with, whatever machine. So yeah, I was just, I didn't know where to tell people to point them anymore. I just said, I'm going to make one. So that is a lovely, lovely, very saturating, hydrating, lasts a long time conductive gel. And it's not overpriced. I think it's $60 for almost 8 ounces. So it's a pretty good price. And it's also it's also a very saturating, hydrating mask you can use anytime with or without machines. So now you know conductive gels have minerals, i.e. sea salt, magnesium. They don't have oil. So there you have it. Very simple, no need to buy gold infused, I don't know, conductive gels. Although they're fun and sometimes glittery and cute, it's just not that difficult. It doesn't have to be that complicated. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye now. Another fun thing to layer under your conductive gel is to layer your favorite serums. Just make sure they have no acids or retinols in them, but just layer your favorite serums underneath your microcurrent gel, let them absorb a bit, and then put your conductive gel on and go. And so you're gonna have the most nourishing treatment ever, because don't forget, microcurrent and a lot of these modalities will push product deeper into the skin. And so it's a great opportunity to really nourish the skin with some excellent ingredients. I've done a video on this in the past, so you can take a look at that. I think it's called Layer Like a Pro. And then my Triple C Gold, I actually had this made because it's conductive, because it has gold in it, which is a conductive mineral, obviously. So I was really excited when this came out. It came out last month. It's been a good seller, a great seller, and it's a long-lasting vitamin C. So lots of fun things you can do to really spice up your microcurrent treatment and make your home treatments more impactful and more powerful.